Hey everyone, it's Amador, and I have a design team project for artattacksupplies.com, and that is Tracy's shop. She's Chi-Town Tracy here on YouTube. So, I used the Craft Market, the Crate Paper Craft Market paper collection, and I know this is a very distant collection that you guys are accustomed to seeing me do, but I don't just do shabby stuff. I do all sorts of stuff. It's just that sometimes having the time to put it together or finding the right collection where I can mentally see myself using most of it, it's kind of a pain in the butt because I have a lot of paper and a lot of stuff. So when I see something, I'm like, okay, I really like so many of these accent pieces, and so, as opposed to like, oh, this is a really cool collection, I just want the jar. That's crazy. So, I've actually already made a few projects, and this one is a layout where you see some of the stuff is missing already. I haven't used any of the stickers yet, but I use some of the cutouts, and I'm going to show you something that I do with die-cut chipboard frames on how it's easier for me to use them, and I'll show you that in a second. So I use the Crate Paper Craft Market. I use the Love and a few other little frames right here. I'll show you guys that in a sec, and I'll show you this one too. Okay. I used, out of the 6x6 paper, and all of this stuff is in Tracy's shop, I did use this because I love how it has the months of the year and the November. I used the November and the actual calendar. And let's see here. I used this, I don't know who this is by. I think this is Heidi Swipe. I have no idea. Or American Crafts. And this is just one of those stamps, which honestly, I only bought it for the date, to use the date. And I used one that says, you and me, one of the little sentiments or something like that. But truth be told, I only got it because it had the date and it was like on clearance or something at Hobby Lobby. I did use some of these Heidi Swap dies, which I just have in one of these Sizzix pouches. Let me show you which one I used. I used the Happy. I used the Happy, and I used the Lovely. Now, I did alter it a little bit, though. The reason why I did like that Lovely, I mean, it's nice that the word is nice, but I think Lovely is, you know, to define like a nice lady or something. Or when something's pretty or lovely flowers. But I used it this way. Let me go ahead and show you. And, sometimes I see the paper and it inspires me. I liked the way this paper looked with the wood grain and the blue. Totally like it, and it kind of was an inspiration to the other project as well. So let me show you guys what I made. I made a layout. This is officially my first layout for my personal scrapbook because I don't have time to make any for myself, I guess. So I finally did a layout, and this is it's just basically about Nathan and Mai's anniversary for when we met. Funny story. Here, I'll flip it over so I can tell you the stupid story. Let me move my camera up a little bit too because I'm gonna need some space. So, funny story. I met him at his birthday party. Apparently, I was the birthday present. I didn't know that. I was conned by one of my best friends, and actually the group of these turkeys. It was one of my oldest friends' birthdays, and they're like, okay, I would never really take days off all the time, so I got the day off to go to my friend's birthday. And they're like, hey, by the way, while we're here, picking up this and that, we're also going to, you know, her boyfriend's friend's birthday party. I'm like, okay, whatever, I don't care. You know, I'm like, I guess. I'm already here, then I'm like, wait a minute. You know, so basically I was tricked into taking the day off to go to my friend's birthday, but technically we're going to his birthday party. There's a whole lot of hoopla and shenanigans that happened between point A and point B. The point is that, yes, I met him at his birthday party. And it's like the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, headaches, but whatever. So anyhow, and the birthday party was a few days after his actual birthday. So, we celebrate his birthday and anniversary like a week apart. So this is, considering it was the craft market, this is the layout. It's upside down. The layout that I made. Now, I know, you know what, let me grab some other paper or something because I feel that you kind of can't tell with my craft mat. So here we are. I had to put some white paper on the background so you guys can see it as because it was blending into my craft mat. So here's what I did. I used the frames, and let me show you what I did. Sometimes when you're using like chipboard pieces like this, like chipboard stickers, you know, you can, you know, kind of see where they go and everything like that. But when I'm using the frames, which, you know, come apart and they're different pieces, it's like all of these, this one, and this one, were like inlaid with these. So for me to see like where am I going to put them where they look better without, you know, them sticking, because you can't, out of these big sheets, you can't kind of, you know, cut them out that easily. I tried to cut it out and I totally made a mess. So I thought of putting them on wax paper, because I have a roll of wax paper in my craft room and one in the kitchen because I use it for my die cutting needs. And then I could see, okay, where am I going to put it? And honestly, once you put it on there, it comes right off, and it's still, the adhesive is still on it. It still perfectly works because it's wax paper. Also, for me, I just printed up the pictures. I don't know where my photo paper went, so I just printed up on regular cardstock. So what I did was, with the frame, then I am able to see if I printed the picture the right size, repinch it or whatever. And since you can see right through the wax paper, you can see exactly what you want to use it for. Then you just glue it onto that, and you glue it onto your layout. So, I mean, I don't know if anybody does that. I just think that's pretty helpful, especially when you're trying to place these pictures. First you have to, you know, find the picture and then everything. And if you don't use it, like these, I didn't end up using these two, I can just leave it on the wax paper, because see, I kind of butchered this cardstock sheet right there, and I just put it back into the package, keep it nice and safe, and I can reuse them. Okay, so I did use, these are, let's see, I don't know where to start from. So I wanted to make it look a little bit more of a modern, a little bit more simplistic, not frilly, you know, covered in flowers and stuff like that. So it looks like the pictures and everything are scattered this way. And I wanted to make it look like the paper was originally just like, in reverse though, this paper right here, and it was in reverse. This is just Robin's Egg blue cardstock I got from Joann's. I think that's Recollection cardstock. So I cut it to cover this corner, and then the piece that I didn't use, and I had to use an extra piece of this, I cut out the Lovely several times in the Robin's Egg blue and then in the Craft. But what I did is, what I liked about this is that you didn't necessarily have to use it to say Lovely. I was just going to cut it off, but then I thought it would be really cool for it to be going off of the page. Right here where it cuts through, I transitioned to two pieces of it in the Craft, so it changes color as the background changes color. And I just followed them, and I just kind of eyeballed it going down the paper. So there you go. So, and just pretty plain background. I didn't want to overdo it. These are the little stickers that come up here, several different colors. I scattered those throughout afterwards. So this is the some of the pictures. This is like one of the oldest pictures that we have together, and we're just on a couch, and one of his roommates were taking a picture. And I just stamped the you and me from this American Craft stamp thing. On this one, it's this was a long time ago, obviously. We've been together for like 5 years. It's when he met my sisters. I invited all of my sisters to lunch, and I threatened them to be nice, because my sisters can be very protective. And yeah, so I had to threaten their lives for them to behave. So that's when he met them. And this is just a goofy picture that we took. I don't even remember where that was. If I'm not mistaken, we were actually, I don't even remember where that one is. But I did take this little piece. And since there were gold touches, I didn't want to over gold it and over gild the whole thing. This was, I stamped in gold ink. It says November 21st, 2009. That's when we met. And then I just cut this little November part out and laid it on the, where's my gold cardstock? On this gold foil paper that I got from Michaels. And then I just laid it down. Now this one wasn't this one was from the little paper pad as well. And it says November, and I just circled the 21st just to kind of have a little, you know, a little bit more going on. And I layered it on chipboard myself. It was a flat piece of paper. So, and this is the frame. And there's still a little piece of this that I took out, and I put it back in the stack. So that's the stamp that I used. And I just used some gold ink, and because I only have like one pad, I forgot where I got. So those are the pictures, and they kind of just scatter down. There's no actual it is in a possession of, none of these are from our anniversary, but these are just pictures throughout the years and stuff. So on the left over here, I did use the love, and I used a little bit. I used the pink, this Marquee Lights, because I thought it was a nice little touch. It wasn't over excessive, not too frilly, and I just put it there. And here's where I used the happy. So I wanted to say happy love instead of just love. I mean, everybody's with love or true love or whatever. I just want to say happy love. So the arrow is actually one of the arrows here. It's this one, and I was trying to get it to, it's only covered halfway with foil, the gold foil. So what I did was I flipped it around, put it on that gold paper, and I recut it myself so there was gold throughout the whole thing. Because since it was half craft, you really couldn't tell. It looked just like a point right there. So that is where that is. And that's just that same Robin's Egg cardstock. So I layered that, and then I had the bottom of the P's and the Y's connecting with the love, so it was very dimensional, and I didn't have to cut this out like 50 times to have it dimensional, and it's just sitting on the arrow, just a gold little touch. And underneath I used, this is the Tim Holtz, the block letter die, and I went ahead and made my own chipboard stickers out of that with the same gold foil. And let me show you that that big old die, because it is pretty large, and they come in this is the Block Talk alphabet, if it'll, there we go, and this is the uppercase letters. Now the uppercase has the letters and the numbers, the lowercase I have both, and this is one of those extra long dies, and the lowercase are the ones that have the exclamation point, question mark, ampersand, stuff like that. So that's where I got that. And I just wanted to put, I was going to scatter the letters throughout here, but then it would just look like random letters, as opposed to, you know, the A and the and the N. So I put them under here, so the title bit is, you know, Happy Love, A and N. So that is pretty much it. It's not super elaborate, but I absolutely love it. This is kind of I make different things for different projects, I guess. I can make frilly cards and stuff like that, but this is for my personal scrapbook, where it's a little simpler. It has the craft, it has the Robin's Egg blue, so it has so many things that I like, but it's a little bit more, I don't want to say subdued, it's just a little bit, it's a little simpler. So, because I'm a very simple person. So that is what I made, you guys. So it's my first layout. Like, this is seriously my first layout for my personal scrapbook. I have like some of Fifi or whatever, but these are like Nathan and I. So yes, and I have another project coming up with these cuts and the paper as well. So look out for that. And just, you know, like I said, hopefully that little putting the frames and chip, you can put any of the chipboard stickers on the wax paper, and that way you can put them around your layout without committing to where you want them stuck, if you can't really, you know, cut them out, because these big sheets, I mean, come out, it's not that easy to cut them out as per if it was off of the sticker sheet where you just cut in through, it's just basically a sheet of paper and you can place them anywhere. But by putting them on wax paper, you can position them anywhere, then peel it right off the wax paper and put it down where you want to. So hopefully that helps. I mean, not a great helpful tip, but it's still a tip nonetheless. Like I said, I'm not sure if anybody else does that out there, but I thought it was really pretty cool, and that would make putting your layouts together with chipboard stickers, especially like these that inlaid into each other, for your projects. So yes, so you guys, I will make sure to put a link in the description. Please check out the shop. If I'm not mistaken, yes, we still have time. The shop, everything in the shop is still on sale for 15% off until the end of the month, because this month is Tracy's shop anniversary, so go check it out. The promotion code is AA for Art Attack, and she has tons. She has all of the new Tilda, the Magnolia Tilda, and tons of the new Tilda as well, and everything is 15% off. So take advantage of it, and check it out, you guys. So, and pick up this collection. I absolutely love it. It's glamorous. It's a little bit glamorous, a little bit elegant, and very simple. It doesn't have to be so crazy everywhere. I was going to put enamel dots, but then I said stop, because you're just going to put a bunch of junk on it, and then it'll defeat the purpose. So yes, so hope you guys like it. Let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, everyone.